Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 10, War and Peace. So we're just going to get into it. And yes, there was a lot of war and peace in this episode. So we're going to start this off with Vanya and Bojo. So last week when Vanya arrived to Croatia, Boja made that comment about how they're just friends and everything, and they didn't stay in the same hotel room and stuff. Well, in this episode, Bojo comes back to the hotel and picks up Vanya, and he takes her to this place where he just starts singing and everything and whatnot. He was just like, Vanya, some kind of Catholic type thing. And, he got her some vegan cookies or whatever they were, brownies and everything. And he announced to Vanya that, he feels like they are just friends. Vanya got really upset. She was like, why did I come here? What's we've been talking for months. I've been single for all these years and everything. I thought we were more than friends. He feels like their connection, he doesn't see right now their spark. And he says that hopefully on this trip, he'll be able to gain more of a connection, but right now he doesn't see her as any more than a friend right now. Now that doesn't mean that it can't happen, but right now, no. But Vanya is really upset, and rightly so, because I feel like he has been telling her something different through chatting than what it is right now. Now I do understand connections can be a little bit different from online over the phone and everything compared to in person. Maybe that's what he's trying to say, but don't lead her on to think that you guys are in a relationship if you just are just seeing her just as really good friends and everything. So I don't blame Vanya for being really upset with that right now. So it just is what it is. We didn't see much of them. I felt, and I ain't gonna lie, I did fall asleep a little bit during their scenes. So, but that was basically it. So that was Vanya and Bojo. Next couple I want to talk is Tiger Lily and Adnan. So Tiger Lily and Adnan, now they're arriving in Turkey. Last week we had the whole issue of Adnan taking a picture with his shirt off, coming out of the shower and posting it on social media, and Tiger Lily not liking the double standard. So in this episode, she arrives to Turkey, and she arrives to his hotel and everything. He's all happy to see her, got her flowers and everything, and she's just looking on He's saying, I love you, baby, and everything. You're here with me now, blah, 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 blah. And then Tiger Lily was just like, we just gonna act like this whole thing didn't happen. You taking a picture with your shirt off and everything. And you know what this mofo said? Okay, so Tiger Lily has a point with the double standard and everything. He said that he doesn't like this double standard. And she's like, yeah, you don't like it because, it's true. That's what you're doing and stuff and everything. And she asked him, how would you feel if I took a picture with my shirt off and everything and posted on social media? And he was like, I would kill you. Now, I know what he meant, but that didn't sound right. Because, Muslim men like that, controlling men, they probably really would do that, in my opinion. Sorry, guys, my a little itchy in my foot. But Muslim men, I've been doing a little bit more research about it, and they really would do that if their wife or a woman did something like that. And that's scary. That is scary. And the fact is that last week, I forgot to mention this last week, he's so jealous that his jealousy ended him in the hospital, be over a big panic attack last week. And the fact that he doesn't want to accept the fact that he is, if he keeps on saying that I'm a man, I can do it, and she's a woman, she can't. No, she's right. No, you're a Muslim man. You need to follow the rules just like the girls do, in my opinion, and everything. She's frustrated that he's not understanding, and he's getting all mad and walks away. He comes back to try to discuss it, and he'll try to work it out a tiny bit, but not much, and everything. But he's just really not getting it, and it's frustrating to see because we're starting to think this is just not, now it's not becoming more of a culture thing. But I think he's using that as a crutch. I think that it's really just Adnan being a controlling boyfriend / husband, because this is just ridiculous. And I last week I spent a whole spew on how I felt about that, because like I said, I'm not one of those controlling boyfriends. My girlfriend can talk to her. She want to do whatever she wants. We respect each other. We don't cheat. We don't step out. We don't do nothing shady. She can do whatever she wants. I'm not one of them controlling boyfriends. So it's just, I don't know. I just can't with them. And, judging by the preview, it's just like she's starting to get scared of him. But what's interesting about this is just that, like, Tiger Lily always does, like, a question and answer after every episode on her Instagram. And she almost, it seems like she's always, everybody always asks her, why you go from one controlling relationship to another? She's like, who says I'm in a controlling relationship? And everything. We see it, honey. Just saying, we see it. And I don't think, I don't know, this is one of those things where it's producers egging something on and stuff and everything. I don't like throwing that on everything on reality TV. But maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But Adnan is just not for me. And I'm not going to spend any much more time on him. So that was Tiger Lily and Adnan. So the next couple I'm going to talk is Sunny and Vea. So, oh my God. So, Vea. So we didn't see them last week. So a couple weeks ago, we found out that Sunny had found out that Vea had brought her ex-boyfriend Rory here on the trip when he took her phone and saw the picture. And he stormed off and everything. This episode, Sunny is still upset about what happened. Vea decides to go out to the street market or whatever, and she goes to this pineapple stick vendor or whatever, and she asks for the vendor for a pineapple stick or whatever, and she asks, do you guys have Apple Pay here? And the woman was like, Apple Pay? And we're like, what is that? She's like, oh, you don't have a machine here where you could just scan your phone? And she's like, no, honey, I just take cash. And so Vea had to call Rory. He's like, Rory, where you at? I need some cash and everything. Luckily, he had cash and was able to get the sticks. And I'm just like, for her to ask that, really? You're in South Africa. I'm not downplaying it, but they're not like us, and Apple Pay, and even if you weren't even if you were in America, when you're out in the street, usually street vendors only want cash anyway. What in the world was she thinking, and to think that Apple Pay would work on a street vendor in South Africa? Come on now. Come on, Vea. Come on now, really. I know she was sheltered most of her life, but for real. So Rory came to the rescue. Now I see why she brought him, because he was like, oh, you're such a rookie and everything. But anyway, yeah, that was just really weird for me. So Rory, and she told Rory about what happened and everything, and Rory's like, well, he needs to hear you out. He shouldn't let, something like me, like ruin what y'all got or whatever and everything. So later that evening, Sunny finally texted Vea back and said, okay, we can meet up and talk. So Sunny comes back to the hotel. Vea has flowers for him and stuff and everything, and Sunny's really upset. So Vea breaks down on why she brought Roy. She says how they're best friends and everything, and they've been there for each other. He was there when I lost my brother and everything, and then she also opened up about how like she was pregnant with Roy's child and they lost the baby around the same time she had lost her brother. Remember, she had mentioned in the beginning of the season that she lost her brother due to police brutality or whatever. Sunny was actually compassionate about that. He's like, hearing her open up about that just made me realize, okay, maybe I need to take a step back. He was like, I don't want to be that controlling boyfriend and everything. But we could have had this conversation. We should have had this conversation ahead of time, and everything. So I was actually surprised on how Sunny like handled the conversation and everything, because he was done, and I would be too. He was just done, and hearing that he has like a different point of view and everything. So so he chose to forgive her, and they hugged it out and everything, which is great. Now, like I said, if I was something like prior to that conversation, I do think that was probably produced. I think we need more film, we need more footage. So you can go talk to her, because he would have been done. I think like the show probably was just like, we need more time with you, so go talk it out. Because if it wasn't that, he would have been done. I would have been done. So that's just that. I would have been done too if that happened that way. So yeah, but I am kind of glad that they worked it out, because I do want to see every couple succeed. Like all these couples, I really want to succeed. So that was that. So that was Vea and Sunny. Next couple to talk is Niles and Matilda, my favorite couple. They actually got the most scenes in this episode finally. So Niles and Matilda, Niles, as we know, doesn't want to get married on this trip. Niles keeps gaslighting Matilda, saying, I told you when he didn't, and all that, whatever. They're on their way to Matilda's hometown so he can meet the family and get like the blessings for this like knocking ceremony or whatever. So they actually fly to the hometown, because I guess it was like an hour flight, cheaper than just like a 4-hour bus ride or car ride or whatever they had before. And so they got a hotel, and Matilda told Niles to go get a haircut before he goes to meet her family. And he wanted to go to a barber shop, and they actually had a barber shop in the hotel. So he goes down to the barber shop and gets his haircut, and the barber asks him, what are you doing here and everything? And he's like, I'm here to marry somebody, but I don't want to get married on this trip, and I'm about to go meet her family to tell her that. And the barber just told Niles that, you're kind of disgracing them doing it that way, because they could put a curse on you and everything. And so now it's just like, oh my goodness, good grief. Because I already have autism, I believe in God, but I also believe God can also work these powers with all these people too. So him and Matilda go to Matilda's hometown. In the car, they're trying to figure out like what to say to the family and everything. And Matilda's like, don't you be lying and stuff and everything. And Niles is just trying to figure out, well, I love Matilda. I want to do the knocking ceremony, but I don't want to get married right now. I do want to get married when I come back and everything. Hoping that it works out like that. So they arrived to Matilda's hometown, and Matilda's entire family is there. She doesn't have a dad, but she has some uncles and everything. But Niles got to meet the mother, the sister, the friends, and everything. Like the whole gang was there, and it was a beautiful moment. But and Niles actually got a little bit emotional because he said that he wishes that this is one of those times where his autism is doesn't affect him because it's a family bonding moment. But at the same time, he wishes his family was there, as he has to tell Matilda's family that he's not getting married on this trip. So they do their little meet and greet and everything, and then then Niles mentions that he doesn't want to get married on this trip, but he wants to do the knocking ceremony first. And the family's just a little bit like stunned by that. It's like it doesn't really work that way. Like you're breaking tradition. Like it's like you have to do it now or never, basically. And judging by the previews of next week, where we're gonna probably he has to meet with the pastor that's supposed to do that, and I think the pastor's gonna tell him that. So, like Niles and Matilda, besides Niles gaslighting them and using that word that I didn't mean, masking, that he likes to use all the time, they are the best couple this season, despite the hiccups, because I knew when I saw the trailer and the previews that they were going to be the best couple. And not to say they ain't going to have problems. I knew they're going to have problems. But they're the only couple that's like really working hard and stuff and everything. And I like that, and stuff. So, but last week I felt so bad for Matilda and everything, but she did choose to forgive Niles and everything. And he dragged her on that plane and everything. She's never been on an airplane, got her on the plane and stuff. And she's like, I just hope I don't die and everything, but I'm so glad my man is here with me, blah, 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 and everything. So, but yeah, it was cute. So that was Niles and Matilda. And the last couple I want to talk is freaking Renee and Chidi. Now, last week, Chidi had met up with his friend, and he was like basically telling him to end it. Renee's stuck at the hotel thinking that, wishing Chidi will come back, and then she finally gets a message from Chidi saying they want to meet up and everything. Renee's all excited and thinking that they're going to be living happily ever after and everything. Renee has not apologized for her behavior towards the sister and Chidi. And will she ever apologize? So they decide to go to the beach together. They both take an Uber to the beach. They meet each other at the beach. She was excited to see him, and he was like, Dad, Renee's going to be really happy to see me. I kind of want to end it, but I kind of still have love for her. What do I do, basically? So they start talking and everything, and then, he brings up what happened with the sister, and then Renee just went crazy and everything. And, the producers had even asked Renee, do you think you're overreacting with Chidi's sister? And Renee's just like, no. I do like the fact that this season that the producers are calling out the behaviors of some of these castmates. Like they did it with Niles last week, and now they're doing it with Renee this week and everything. They need to do more of that. So they started talking, and then Chidi had mentioned, Renee, you had a lot of other relationships that didn't work out. You said they were toxic. Kind of see the common denominator here. Renee just went ham. She was like, oh, my ex-boyfriends were on heroin, crack cocaine, and everything, blah, blah, blah. I chose to leave them for my own sanity. How dare you bring that up and compare me to that, and everything. You don't know who the heck you're dealing with and everything. And Chidi was just like, can I speak? Everything. And then he tried to explain his situation with his sister, and then she was just like, you want to go for a walk on the ocean, you want to go walk on the beach and everything, and he was just like, let me talk, and she's like, I don't want to let you to talk and everything. She was just cutting him off the entire conversation and everything. Like, what did we do here and everything? And basically, Chidi was just like, Renee, if you want people to respect you, you need to, like, show some respect for people and everything. Because you clearly have no respect for anybody, basically. And then she's just like, I don't know, she just, yeah. So it got nowhere, and Renee's just like, well, what do you want to do here, basically? And Chidi just really wants to end it, so he basically ends it. Renee just starts crying and everything, and Chidi's just like, I'll give you some time by yourself, basically. I mean, I don't blame Chidi. Look how she's acting. What 37-year-old, well, I know a 40-something-year-old who acts like that one, but what kind of 37-year-old acts like that and just like making those a tamper like a kid and everything, doesn't get along with the sister for no reason and everything. And I don't know. I don't know. So I don't blame Chidi for breaking things off. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was Renee and Chidi. And that was it. That was it. We had a nice little break. We didn't get to see, I was so glad that we didn't get to see Lauren and Faith, or mostly just Lauren. And we didn't see Brian and Ingrid. I think next week or the week after, we're finally going to meet the final couple on the season. I think his name is Joe and Magda. And judging by the previews, it looks like this is going to be a fun one too. So I can't wait to see their story. Again, now here's my little polling question. Do you think Niles will change his mind and get married on his trip by the end of the season? Let me know what you think in the comments. Will Niles change his mind and get married on this trip? Yes or no? So that's really like the question I have for the season. Everything else now. But yeah, Van, Sunny, I'm glad they talked it out. I do know in the next couple of weeks, Rory and Sunny are going to meet. And I know that ain't going to go well. Tiger, Lily, and Adnan, you know how I feel about that. And everything. Vanya and Boja, I think some stuff and some crazy stuff is going to come out too. So we're just getting good. We're halfway into the season already, and it's going. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap The Other Way. Like I said, I will be doing The Other Way tomorrow. I didn't do it last week because the episode was just really nothing other than James and Tata's wedding. Nothing else went down, but I will be doing tomorrow's episode, and we only got 2 more episodes left for The Other Way before the tell-all. So, and then then also once The Other Way ends, I have made a decision for The Last Resort. I'm only going to cover a couple episodes, and mostly not cover The Last Resort this season. I'm gonna cover like the first episode, and only the episodes where like crazy revelations come off, like if a cheating scandal comes out, or I do want to see, like, I'll cover when Jasmine tries to fight Natalie. And I seen another preview. It looks like Gino is actually about to get into a fist fight with somebody. I saw a preview of that today. While watching B90 and stuff, so I'm curious to see what happens with that. I couldn't see who was fighting. It didn't look like anybody familiar. Maybe it's just somebody random. It looked like it was on the street. I don't know if it was a crew member or just somebody random at a bar flirting with Jasmine or something. I don't know. And it didn't look like any of their castmates. But I saw Gino like pushing and shoving somebody like in a preview, so maybe I'll cover that, but I'm only going to cover the good stuff. I'm not going to cover every single episode on The Last Resort, because the couples this season just make me, it's just all cringy couples. so I'm just not going to torture. I'll watch it all, but I'm just not going to torture myself with the recaps. So I'm sorry about that. For Last Resort, we're just going to be doing a couple episodes. But anyway, guys, I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.